Alright everyone, welcome to the 31st race of 36 for the CGB Cubecar League. We are racing at probably the most dangerous track of them all here at Piggzcreek Super Speedway. It is a 4-mile oval, 70 miles per hour pit road speed, and the only advice that the game gives you is do good and don't wreck, and that record is very much cheated up. David Green was definitely using a cheated INI file. That's a score reference if you've ever seen one. But I'm going to go ahead and undeafen now, and we should be good to race right here. So let's take a look at our starting lineup for today's race here at Piggzcreek. Starting on pole, I believe, for the second time this season, is the 96 the Chow, and starting on his outside pole. That's the wrong button. Is the 95 Lightning McQueen, who, like I mentioned last stream, is going to be in Rocket League soon. Row 2 is Omori Cube, who is really looking for a win after having issues last race, and Miku. Row 3 is Milaweta and the Racer. Row 4, Trolling and Hubris. Row 5, Packmobile and Hee Hee Ha. Row 6, Dragalia Lost and No Maidens. Row 7, Racelin and Dumbcat. Row 8, Doge Cube and Raccoon. Row 9, Donkey Kong and Daisy. Row 10, Eggdog and Pecorine. Row 12, Shadow and So Retro. Row 13, Fear and Bloodclot. Row 14, Jinx and Among Us. Row 15, Colon Imposter. Row 16, Igus and Cubendorf. Row 17, Squid Games and Nomori Jr. Row 18, Sanic and Sands Club. Row 19, Sheep Mobile and BB. Row 20, Bob the Builder and Squidward. Row 21, Goots and Gun. And rounding out the field is Melee Fox, once again, starting last. So we're ready to go racing for 48 laps here at the longest track of the schedule. No, the road courses were not as long as this absolute behemoth of a racetrack we'll be racing at here today. And it's also probably the most dangerous because I was doing some testing on this track earlier this week for another series I'm planning on doing after Cubecar is done, which will be Nationwide 2010. You heard it here from me. But when that is ready, when I was doing some testing for that, one of the cars ended up going into the fence and getting stuck there and just hanging around on the fence. So that is what this track can do to you. And you can see that this track has a lot of interesting features compared to other stuff. First of all, there's no safer barriers, so if you hit one of those walls that jets out, you're probably going to die on impact. There's a couple of bridges that go above the water. I've never really seen any cars go off the bridge, but it's definitely possible, especially at a track like this. And you can probably go 13 or 14 wide in the corners. It just depends on who you ask. These are very, very wide corners, and they can make for quite interesting races, but once they get all clumped up together, that'll allow them to wreck very easily. Just gonna switch over to my ticker real quick. I'm popping in for the YouTube chat from time to time and checking on that. You got two underdogs at the front of the grid today, but there's a good chance that neither of them will be in victory lane because, quite honestly, the competition here is probably just as good, probably the best competition out of any super speedway you can get. Even though our Talladega race had over 50 lead changes, which is the most we've had in any race this season. There's the other bridge right there. You can see the shadows clipping through the bridge and hitting the water. But there's a catch fence there. Surely no one will go over it, and there's probably an invisible wall anyway, so hopefully no one falls into the water today. Now it looks like the green flag is out as they're already making moves. They've got a long ways to go before they get to the start-finish line. Actually, it's right there, so not much long at all. It's like Talladega, where the start-finish line is just before the first corner. But everyone with the blue banner is currently in the playoffs. The only one that has made it to the next round is the 5 of Hee Hee Ha, who won the last race at Iowa, so he doesn't even have to worry about the chaos here today. But Chow and the 96 already being shuffled up to the inside lane. I can already see some 4-wide action back there. As Omori Cube, he won another super speedway race at Columbia, and that race was a bit of a shit show, so if he wins here today, that wouldn't be surprising at all. Even though he's also won at a non-super speedway, and that was at Rockingham, so bit of an interesting situation here. Is now Packmobile in the 97, racing in the 80 on the bottom lane. And here comes Egg. They're making it because this is a good shot of pretty much everyone right here. Let's go back a few in the field. They're about to go 5 wide with Sanic in the 06 trying to make a run. He's actually going to fall back and make them go 5 wide for a little bit. That's how crazy the racing here is that... Oh, the Fear, the 13, Raccoon, the 45 getting real close together. Here goes Cole in the 28. That middle line is probably the most dangerous of them all because they'll start to get really close together. I don't like the 44 of Daisy being in the middle there, so she could probably lose her ground anytime soon. There's the whole pack. Trying to stay as clean as possible for the first few laps, but we all know at this track, staying clean will definitely not work for a very long time. Although I've seen it happen with the AI. I've seen them go clean for very long periods of time here. I've even had a caution-free race at this track before, which ended up being a photo finish. As they briefly went 6 wide there as the 31 of No Maidens fell back a little bit. There's still two rows of 5 wide, which is insane. Oh wow, Squidward in the 10 almost got into the 5 hee-hee-haw there. Squidward is in the playoffs, so he does not need to worry about a problem now. But today is a good day for an underdog to try and take away the win from anyone that has already won a race this year, or those who need to get in that are below in the playoffs really need a good race to get in, like Raccoon, who is 28 points below the cutoff line. I believe Squid Games is pretty far down as well. So both of them need a good race here today, or at least in the next 2 races, because after this is a road course, the Charlotte Roval. So that'll be fun, but they're getting very tight on the back straightaway, and around goes Squidward in front of the field. And they're still wrecking in front of them. Oh, and Daisy and Meloetta get through, and so does Sheepmobile, but there's our first wreck of the day. Looks like Squidward, so Retro, Miku was involved, Squid Games was involved, Donkey Kong, hee-hee-haw. Pretty tame wreck for being early on, but I'm going to rewind a little bit and let's look at what happened. I saw the 10 get turned in front of the field. Yeah, the 10 was running 5 wide with the did the 19 get put out of shape? Let's see. Where is the 10? There we go. Let's go with an overhead camera right here. Well, the 19 just clips the 10 going into the corner. Spins him out right in front of Donkey Kong. And the racer in the 16. McQueen's in the wall. It looks like the 16 is going to take a big hit, and then the 19 gets clipped back around by the racer in the 16, but it looks like she's going to be okay in terms of damage. The 5 takes a big hit there, but luckily he's already locked in. Squidward gets airborne there for a sec. He does not need a wreck here today, neither does the 01 of Squid Games, who almost won last week. He ended up finishing 2nd, so Daisy and Meloetta squeak right through. There's the 08. Having a pretty decent run. There's the 30 cutting the gap to get through that wreck. One of the very few wrecks that the 30 has managed to avoid all year, which is sad but true. But I believe the leader coming to the green flag, or the yellow flag, was the 13 of Fear. And I don't exactly remember how long the cautions are at this track, so I might as well just fast forward them after pit stops. But we'll have to wait and see how many of them actually do come down for pit stops. But the red banner on the 13 means that he is eliminated from playoffs contention. However, he can still battle for wins with that boosted amount of points he got from actually making the playoffs. So he is not really in dire straits, but he is still looking for some action, looking to steal a win, another win. But 1, 2, 3, not 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way down to the 3 of Shadow. 10 of those cubes have not won a race this season. Could see a real underdog victory here today if things align the right way for some of these. There's the 45 of Raccoon. Like I said, he was 28 points below the cutoff line before the start of this race. He is now running 4th. He needs to lead a lap in order to get those 5 bonus points, but now Fear will lead the pack to pit road. The fuel here goes down very quickly, so it might as well try and get as much fuel in as he can before the end of this one. Because I have seen them run out of fuel before the end of the race, and it is not fun whenever they do that. But you can see Fear started very early in the pit boxes. He is now the leader. That just comes to show how easy it is to gain positions on this track. I still don't know why the pit lane cam is so terrible. Looks like someone made some contact. Oh, big water cubes on pit road here. Looks like Daisy was slowed down by something. Oh, Raccoon in the 63 makes some contact on pit road. Hopefully that doesn't hinder his aerodynamics. And the 63 of Dumbcat is sideways on pit road. He has to teleport back. Oh, wow. Miku just slid into her box there. But yeah, having your aerodynamics damaged at this track is definitely a very bad thing to happen. I believe Goots is actually the winner off of pit road. Oh, Squid Games is out of the race from that crash. He is done for the day with crash damage. Yeah, he is. So he is going to be our last car winner, and that's going to put him in a huge gap right before the Charlotte Roval. So he needs a good run there in order to not miss the round of 8. But I'll wait until they get back onto the track. Or wait until all of them do at least. Anyone still on pit road? The 5 is. The 63 is. Now Donkey Kong coming back onto pit road. He is now off the track, but he will most likely be slow after that wreck. Hopefully that does not cause many issues for our leaders who are undamaged. Oh, we are going back to green this time, so this track does have the improved checkpoint system, which is nice. So you won't have to wait long until we can go back to racing again. It won't be as chaotic for the first lap, but once they start getting bunched together again, we should start to see some action pretty soon. But our highest running... Oh, wow. Bob the Builder and Gun are both coming down pit road. They must have gotten damaged on their stops. And so is Goots, and so is Squidward, so... interesting. But now Fear's going to be the leader once we go back to green. Jinx will be 2nd. Imposter will be 3rd. Raccoon back to 4th. Cubendorf in 5th. Omori Jr. 6th, and we're back to green at Piggzcreek. You can already see they're starting to try and make some lanes so that they can get some drafting partners and try and work to get up front. Now here comes the 34 of Imposter, who led some laps at Columbia and almost ended up getting the win. Oh, and Goots is just retired from the race with a tire issue. Yeah, he's done too, so 2 early retirements here at this track. I guess he might have had some damage on pit road, or he must have had something happen catastrophic in order to have him retire, but... He did lead a lap, so it's still 5 bonus points, but I don't think it's going to matter that much. But now the 34 is back out front for the first time in a while. And look who's in the inside lane. That's the 21 of Sands Club, who has not led a single lap this entire season. He's taken it way deep on the inside lane. He's going to try and lead a lap for the first time this season. And he's got help from the 28 and the 20, but they're going to go to the bottom as well. He's going to get shuffled up the middle, and here comes Cole and Eggdog. 28, 20 respectively, and then Peckering in the 18. And once Peckering passes the 20 of Eggdog, that makes the top 4 winless cubes this season. We've had a good amount of different winners, but not as many as I would hope, honestly. But those cubes with good super speedway ratings like the 28 and the 42 are making good use of that here, especially the 34. Who, like I said, almost ended up winning at Columbia, ended up losing to the 2. But he was in the lead pack towards the end. And actually, he was leading at the end of the race, I believe, before the 2 passed him. And I believe the 19's up here. She was involved in that first wreck alongside the O2 of Amori Jr. And now Sands Club right in the outside lane. And now Cole is going to be out front of this pack. But now Melee Fox, who started dead last, by the way, is now almost up front. That's how fast things can change here at this track. Ooh, DK's slow. Well, no, he's way slower. He's out of the draft completely. And they're catching up on him. Oh, God, this could be terrible. Here comes the 19 on the bottom lane with a little bit of help from BV, but... Ooh. Where is he? He's exiting turn 4. Oh, yeah, he is very slow. Wow, the spectator camera right there is terrible. But they are rapidly catching up to the 98. Oh, and around goes Imposter! He took out Sands Club with him, and he's still slowly spinning out. Oh, gotta catch up with him. And surprisingly, the 21 is the only other one involved. Is the caution out? Yes, it is. It's our second caution of the day. I'm surprised that didn't involve more cubes. But that's how quickly things can change here, like I said. Let's see what happened. Oops, I did not mean to do that. So we're going to go to our classic camera. Oh, he just got squeezed in between the 34 and the 33. Imposter saved it, but he still gets a little bit of damage. And it looks like Sands Club was really the only one to spin out from that. Kiemendorf gets a little damage, so does the 80 of Racelin. But they should be okay aerodynamics-wise, but we are now under our second caution of the day. And Cole is your leader, followed by Melee Fox, Igus, Eggdog, and Sheepmobile, your top 5. Then the rest of your top 10 is BV, Daisy, Pecorine, Mellowutta, and Packmobile. They're probably going to have to pit again. Even though we're only 8 laps in, they're probably going to try and take in the opportunity to get as much fuel as they can get. Because I honestly forget what the pit window is, because it's probably like 16, maybe not 16, maybe probably like 20 laps or something like that. But I am completely unsure as to what it is. I'll check on something real quick. Switch back to the Tigger, and we're good. Oh, the 10 of Squidward with another issue. It's a tire. Dumbcat's still on pit road. And Squidward's going to have to come down as well. But bad day goes even worse for the 10. But Squidward has won the last 2 road course races. So he could be potentially in for a treat next week at the Charlotte Roval. Actually, both of the only road course races this season he has won. But we will be adding more of them next season for sure. Oh, they're only topping off with fuel. Interesting. Ooh, Melee Fox gets turned by BV on pit road into Sheepmobile. Yeah, they are just topping off on fuel. It looks like Cole's going to win the race off pit road again because he got a great start. He got a great run into pit road. Looks like Melee Fox is going to come out second. Igus third. Eggdog fourth. Chow is going to come out, oh, never mind. Daisy's going to come out 5th. And then the rest of the field starts making their way through. Ooh, Raccoon and Fear make a tiny bit of contact on pit road. Oh, and Dragalia Lost in the Racer makes some contact as well. This pit road isn't very narrow, but the AI likes to screw themselves over on this track a lot, especially on pit road, so that's a yikes from me. But I believe we will be going back to green once the pace car lights go off here soon-ish. But now we have a completely different top 5 to what we had on that previous restart. Which, as I may mention again, is how quickly these things change on super speedways like this. Probably will end up being one of our most competitive races of the year if we didn't have so many cautions already, but we could have a nice little hot streak towards the end. I believe Dumb Cat has gotten off of pit road. Let me double check on that fact. I believe he is. Yeah, I believe he is off pit road. I don't even know where he is. Oh, there he is. 39th. Somehow it doesn't have the last lap recorded, which is weird. Fastest lap of the race, though, the 66 of BB, who was up front before the caution came out, so. And she is your South Boston winner, so she knows how to put that thing in victory lane. But you've got two teammates in the top 5, the 44 of Daisy, the 28 of Cole. If they can tandem drift with each other to stay up front, that could be a very good team effort between the two of them. What are these guys doing on the inside lane? Don't know what that's all about. We are back to green again at Piggzcreek as they slowly go through the gears here with the Super Speedway package. And Melee Fox already making a move to the outside, but once Cole gets up to speed, that inside lane is going to benefit him pretty well. Here comes the 19 to try and go for the lead on the inside. Eggdog as well in the mix. There's Melawutta in the 70 who was involved in that first crash. Made her way back up to the top 5. There's Raceland the 18. It looks like they're a bit more spread out now than they were before. I say that as they almost go 4 wide here. Now Dumb Cat is actually trying to make it 4 wide. But it won't be long until they start forming up again. Oh, here we go. Now we've got a potential 3 wide battle for lead with Daisy diving. Oh, 4 wide battle. Here comes Daisy on the bottom to try and pass the 18, the 20, and the 19 for the lead. All consecutive numbers in the wrong order, but still pretty funny sight to behold. And now the 18 of Pickering doing the crossover move to force Daisy up the track. And now she's going to take the lead away. Here comes the 70 of Melawutta on the bottom as well. Who's going to lead this lap? It's going to be very close because Daisy has help from the 19 on the bottom. It's going to be very close here. And the 18 gets it. Leads her first lap in quite a while since Montreal, I believe. Oh, the 30 of Sheepmobile's got a problem. He had to drift up the high side of the track. He's got a tire down. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Oh, he's getting out of the way of the 21, the 25, and the 80. Oh, and the 31's got an issue as well. That's no maidens. He's got an engine failure. I don't know where he is, though. Oh, there he is. He's blown up. Sheepmobile's about stopped, so that might actually cause a caution if he doesn't get to the apron. Uh-oh. Is that going to be a yellow? Watch the pace car. Yep, that's a yellow flag. Caution is out again for the 30, stalled on the racetrack. But they got to race back to the line this time. Let's see who actually leads the lap when they get back to the line. Peckering's got a pretty clear advantage out here, though, as they know they got to get back to the line and take the yellow flag, so hopefully they don't wreck each other here. Fear almost made it 4 wide between Daisy, BB, and Igus, but those 3 all spread out. And Pickering will lead the last lap before the yellow flag. And now we're under caution again. So this is probably what this race is going to be like the whole time, honestly. I mean, hopefully we'll have some good runs there. We were looking to have a pretty clean run until the 30. Oh my god, no maintenance is still going around that track with that blow motor. It's like me on the highway on Tuesday. But Sheema with that tire issue, I believe he might be able to continue the race, but he has nothing to lose because he's already eliminated from championship contention after the round of 16. So the pace car will line up in front of the 18, and the real question is, will they take fuel again? As I believe all 4 of our runs have been 4 laps, or have been in 4-lap increments so far. So that shows you how far we've gotten each time, which is not very far. And No Maidens has just gotten to pit road and retired with that engine problem. So piston failure for the 31 takes them out of the race, and already got 3 retirees. We aren't even halfway. That will be lap 24. We're actually just 1/4 of the way done now. So who knows how long this will be. Normally this race isn't very long if you go caution free, but then again, that's how all of them are. And the only race we've had go caution free was Michigan? Let me look at that again, because I actually made a Google sheet today, showing some race stats. Oh no, it's Pocono. Pocono and South Boston were caution free. Interesting. Now our leaders are coming back on pit road. Some of them are staying out, though. Some pit strategy going into play as Eggdog, Cold, Chow, Dumb Cat was multiple laps down. Baby stays out, although Bob the Builder, Shadow, Jinx also stay out. So a good half the field is coming to pit road, but that might actually be better for the guys that are coming down, because they won't have to deal with as much traffic coming onto pit roads. These guys are just topping off at this rate, getting splashes of fuel, so they'll have a slight advantage. But still, this is a 4-mile track. You burn a lot of fuel going full throttle around this track, and you do it very fast. So this could be a very smart play towards the end of this race if this does end up having to be a fuel mileage finish, which would be very based, as they can actually run out of fuel and start slowing at this track, which is pretty fun. But Eggdog will lead, I believe, his first lap of the race, 5 bonus points towards the playoffs, so another good run so far for that 20 team, who, like I said, was pretty mediocre throughout the whole season. Had a good start, won in Atlanta, and never really did that much to try and win the rest of the season, but throughout the playoffs, he's been pretty damn good. But I'm pretty sure a good 13 cubes stayed out. I believe the last one that did not pit was Raccoon in the 45. He is all the way back here. And then Pecorine is the first one to come out of pit road, so she will stick behind the 45. And Doge Cube was the last one to come off pit road. I know Pac-Mobile is actually back here for some reason, even though he has been incident free. He probably got some damage on pit road though, so maybe no longer incident free. But now that we're waiting for the green flag, let's go through the field and review some of the seasons of our top 5 so far. I already talked about the 20 of Eggdog. 28 of Cola's had a pretty up and down season so far. Hasn't really been close to winning any races. He did come mildly close at Daytona and Talladega, but he had that engine failure at Talladega and didn't really get up front at Daytona. But I believe his highest stat is these super speedway races, so he could potentially be up front quite a bit in this race. 96 of Chow as well. Also another super speedway merchant. Has had very little success this year. Almost won at Dirt Bristol. But that one ended up going to Miku in the 72. And Miku has already been involved in the crash today, so our pole sitter is still doing pretty good in 3rd. You've got BV in 4th, as I mentioned, our South Boston winner. Even though she did not make the playoffs this season, she has had a pretty good season overall. And then Jinx in the 42 also has had a pretty good season, even though he did miss it as well. Sheemobile is back on pit road. Shadow the Hedgehog could potentially be a good upset winner today. The green flag is back out, and we are racing again at Piggzcreek as they are very neck and neck at the start. Also believe the spectator cam could show you the photo finish. Can show you a photo finish really well. I forget if it was the spectator cam or the helicopter cam. I'll have to look back later after the race is done. But Eggdog has a commanding lead ahead of the field, but he's got no help. The rest of the pack behind him will close in on him pretty fast. And Dumb Cat, who's just hanging around, 3 laps down in 39th, just trying to have some fun. Maybe potentially get one of his laps back if we have another caution. And now Shadow in the 3, making a bold move to the inside, gonna go 4 wide briefly with Bob the Builder, BB, and Chow. Meloetta trying to stick the middle with help from Daisy on the bottom lane. She's gonna actually try and make that work a little bit, but Daisy is not gonna work with her anymore. They're getting very squirrely here as Meloetta makes another bold move to the inside of the 63. She's now going for the lead. Daisy now doing that crossover move on the 3. Here comes Lightning McQueen in the 95 trying to push her. He had a good run last race at Iowa after avoiding all the carnage. I get it, because he's a car. Avoiding all the carnage in that race and managing to finish in the top 10, something he's not done very much this year. And there's the 11 of Bloodclot, who flipped last race with Meloetta, where the 70 was the one that flipped first, then she flipped him over like a WWE move. And she was like, if I go down, I'm taking you with me, kind of scenario. But he's making his way up to the front now. Came close to winning at Kentucky, but that's the closest he's been to a victory all season. He's had some pretty bad luck. Was in position at one point to potentially make the playoffs, but he fell off at one point towards the end of the regular season. And here comes Jinx for the lead in that 42. Has also not led in quite a while. I believe he's not led since a super speedway race in general, so he really needs these points. Here comes Eggdog in that 20. He's won at Atlanta, which is a super speedway as well, so he knows how to win at these kind of tracks. But Atlanta is more of a gimmick. This is more of real racing on a super speedway for sure. Cole now to the bottom lane with help from, oh, here's the dream team right here. Tandem draft partners of Sonic and Shadow and Chow right behind them as well. You've got the whole Sonic Adventure gang just chilling in one area. Is caution out again? Oh, I thought I saw the lights flashing on the pace car. No, that was just the light reflections. Oh, but now they're starting to get kind of stupid. Now they're making some 4 wide, even 5 wide moves. Oh, no, actually no, they're staying pretty consistent with 3. But the real danger here would be going 4 wide, because they would get really close together if they do. Also, I believe Squid Games' last place finish here is his 2nd win of the year. And here comes Peccary in the 18 trying to lead another lap here. Chow way on the bottom lane, trying to make it 5 wide, and he will. Actually, no, Bloodclot fell out of line on the top, and now it's just going to be 4. Actually, is making it 5 wide there for a little bit in the middle. And boy, you do not want to be the 19 or the 42 right now, as they're being sandwiched by the 63 of Dumb Cat. They make a little contact on the back straightaway. Or the front straightaway, actually. This is not the back straightaway, but it's still a bridge. Although it is the longer bridge. Taking the tunnel turn to a whole nother use. They have the 20 and the 18. They may have the same number font, but they are in fact not teammates. However, the 18's teammate, Racelyn, not doing too bad. She's at the far end of the pack, but she could potentially be up front if the stars align. But she is... Oh, Hubris in the 07 is not running very well. Very uncharacteristic of her, although I don't think her super speedway stats are very good. Although she also might have some damage on pit road. Eggdog in the 20, though, making a statement up front. And might I also add that Lightning McQueen back here is the Season 1 champion from the original running of this series when he was in Season 1. He's run Seasons 1, 2, and the canceled Season 3. And he made the playoffs in Season 2, but he didn't get very far, even though he did win a few races. Actually, I think he made the round of 8, if I remember correctly, but he almost ran it up with another championship win. Jinx and Meloetta, though, trying to make a statement on the inside lane. And now Cole will be forced up to the outside. Here comes Eggdog making a move way up on the outside. He's got no help, though, but now he does. He's got help from the 11 on the inside, but now the 11's going to go to his inside and make it 4 wide for a little bit. Oh, never mind. Dumb Cat got a great run. Now it's 3 wide. They're getting very dicey here, trying to make as many moves as possible, but so far this is our best green flag run of the day, or our longest green flag run of the day. McQueen and Bob the Builder have her on the inside. That 46 also, I believe, was below the cut line going into this race, so a win here would not only put him above the cut line, but would lock him into the next round, which I actually don't remember which races are in the next round. I know one of them is Memphis, and I know one of them is Walt Disney World, and I forget what the other short track is. I think it's IRP, or Indianapolis Raceway Park, for the long name, but I'll have to check that later. I think it actually is IRP. Igus and Daisy trying to work together to get up front. Cole maybe trying to reunite with his teammate as he goes to the bottom lane, and yes, he will reunite with his teammate here. And he's going to pull Daisy in with the draft. This is that thing I talked about earlier today. Those tandem drafts with your teammates, they're going to be very helpful working together to get up front. I believe the 28 is going to lead this lap barely over the 18. And now Daisy's going for the lead. Cole's going to go to the outside and try and let her lead a lap today. She's not led a single lap in today's race, so those 5 bonus points would be great for Daisy today. Currently, the most laps led today is 4 from Cole and 4 from Eggdog. And we've only been 19 laps in, so that shows how competitive this race has been. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Uh-oh, DK. Gotta split the middle or else... Oh my god, he came down the track right in front of Dumb Cat. Slows him up, but not really a huge loss to the field, as the only one he slowed up was the lap car. But it did break up the pack a little bit. But Daisy will continue to lead, as the next one they have to catch up to is the Slow Cube is So Retro, who finished top 10 at Iowa as well last week. Good finish for him. Even after being involved in a wreck, he still managed to finish top 10, so good on him. But now 2 packs have formed after Donkey Kong split it up. The second pack is Shadow, Miku, Sands Club, Trolling, and BV. And then this lead pack right here, consisting of a bunch of heavy hitters at super speedways. Ooh, Eggdog in the 20 got forced up the track by Meloetta there. Here comes Jinx way on the bottom, trying to help McQueen and Bloodclot. And now the 11's going for the lead. As we were about to hit halfway in a few laps. But they're all going to have to come down pit road at some point soon. And I believe the way they're racing right now, and since they're not really in a big wad, they could be racing clean for the rest of this race, if the pit stops go smoothly. Because this is one of the easiest pit roads to get onto, and it's one of the fastest, but you have to be very good with not hitting anyone on the exit of pit road. Uh-oh, we got an alert in the chat box. It is just the 47 of Gun back on pit road. So he may be going a lap down sometime soon. As the 11 of Bloodclot now up front for the first time today. Looking to lead a lap, get those 5 bonus points. Meloetta now making a move. Way down at the bottom, has been really aggressive to pass all day, but Meloetta trying to win a race here at Piggzcreek. And that inside line has got all the room in the world. Now Eggdog is going to go to the bottom, and Cole goes... Uh-oh. Oh, this again. They got to split the middle around the 08 of... Oh my god, that is so nerve-wracking. But they all managed to get around him with no issues. Now Trolling and Amori Jr. have fallen back to this, or Amori Jr. actually has only fallen back to this pack. But the most important thing you want to do here is stay in the draft. Because if you don't, and you're in the back, you're not going to have a chance to go for the lead. And that would really suck. Let me check on the YouTube chat real quick. Looking good. Ooh, this could be a 3-wide battle for the lap here. 18 of Pecorine, 20 of Eggdog, and 28 of Cole. Who's going to lead this lap? It's going to be very close to the line, but the 28 will lead it. And now Daisy's setting up on the bottom lane. So is the 96 of Chow. They're going 4 wide again, going into turn 1. Now Fear in the 13 trying to make a bid for the lead once again. But if all these guys pit together, which they should... Oh, the 21 just blew up. Sands Club with an engine problem. Where is he right now? Oh, there he is. He's in turns 3 and 4. I don't know if he's going to make it to pit road. He might. He's got to get on the apron, though, to not bring out a yellow if he does stop. But he is slowing rather quickly. I mean, he is downshifting, so he should be fine to make it on pit road. But another engine failure. That's a big track, so you just keep it on the throttle the whole time will do to you. They'll make those engines go quick. Love it, a blood clot trying to take the lead away. Let's see how many cubes that have not won a race are in this pack. The 11, the 70, the 18, the 44, the 95, the 42, the 96, the 28, the 92. And those are all the cubes that have not won a race this season. That's a majority of this pack who is winless and looking to get a win. And then in this pack right here, you've got Shadow and Mori Jr., who have not won a race. Neither has Dumb Cat, but he's not really in contention. Uh-oh, now they gotta get her in the lap cube of Sheepmobile, but he is on pace. Yeah, but they're gonna split the middle. Oh, what's McQueen doing, though? Oh, he's trying to get to the bottom. Are they actually gonna pit this lap? Because they're all getting kind of squirrely. They really don't know what to do here. Actually, they might try to absorb him into the pack. And yeah, they will. Kind of. Well. Oh, and Sands Club is out of the race. He did make it to pit road, and he is out with an ignition failure on that 21. So, more bad luck for that team. Ooh, this pack is actually starting to catch up a little bit. Interesting. We got both teammates, Cole and Daisy, still in this little lead group right here. Even though this second group hasn't fallen that far back, they still need a little bit of draft off of each other as, wow, an aggressive move by Daisy to try and get past Meloetta there. And she will not get it. Now she's going to draft with her teammate on the outside lane. And the last leader of that lap was the 70, but now Jinx. Oh, they're going 4 wide here. $25 has an engine failure. That is Dragalia lost. Ooh, that looks to be another terminal one. Where is this? This is in turns 1 and 2. So she's got a long way to go until she makes it to pit road. And if she stops, that could be pretty bad. But she's already eliminated from playoffs contention, so she has nothing to lose. But I believe Gunn is boot looping on pit road, which is unfortunate. Another tough break for the 25, who is looking really promising going into the playoffs. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, lap traffic. A lot of lap traffic for our leaders. The 19 gets held up back there. They all split the middle, though, very easily, as they're all trying to weave around and try and get back in the draft. Oh, and Gunn is out of the race with no fuel. So they are running out of fuel. Interesting. Or maybe he ran out of... Oh, he made 8 pit stops. Well, no wonder why he's out of fuel, because he's got no more gas to fill up in his cube. Oh, therefore, this is the very, very tight pack. I do not like this. The 42 and the 11 are literally hooked together right here. They are still hooked together. Oh, wow, they almost got turned. You could see the 11, the 42 moving up the track a little bit. If that would have went a little bit farther, he would have nailed the outside wall. And that would have been the end of the 11's run. But now the lead pack has been split up quite a bit. Cole, Sinek, and Igus running together. Oh, someone else. Oh, it's just the Jigalia lost. Blowing up. And now Melee Fox is on pit road. So it looks like we could see some takers on pit road pretty soon. Daisy led that lap, though. Actually, I might mention we have also gotten past the halfway point. And Dragalia lost, I believe, is also out of the race. Yeah, gearbox failure for the 25 will take her out of the event. Bob the Builder got a huge run on the outside there. Going to try and make it 4 wide again with Daisy as they almost make a little contact. And the only cube in this pack that has won a race this season is the 46. The rest of them are winless. Very desperate to look for a win today, as 4 of them are player-owned. Only 2 of them are field fillers. So their team owners would be very happy if any of them went to pit road today. They could all just pit together, which could be the strategy here. But since Melee Fox short pitted, he might actually have an advantage. But let's see who comes down pit road first, if green flag stops are even starting. No one committing just yet. It may not be time just yet for those pit stops. The 11 leads that lap by just a little bit. Daisy trying to stay in the draft with the 46 of Bob the Builder. Oh, Eggdog and McQueen back here were actually faster than our lead pack last time. They're actually catching up to them a little bit. Fear and Cole actually distancing themselves from the 19, who also ran pretty fast laps. So did, well, Sheepmobile's actually now catching up in the draft of the 19, so they may tandem together to get back up front. And Melee Fox is pitted for damage repair, so that might not even be a scheduled pit stop. Ooh, Daisy gets forced up on the outside. She's going to lose a lot of momentum here. But she can get back in the draft with that 46 real quick, as Eggdog and McQueen now trying to catch up. Still no one committing to go to pit just yet of our leaders, as the 30 and the 19 are about to hook up together. Actually, Sheepmobile is a lap down, but he is on pace, so he can help, I guess, get back up to the front, even though he is 3 laps down now. And the only cube that can pass him at this rate is Dumb Cat, who is somewhere. Oh, Melee Fox is the problem. He might stop here. Wait, what the hell? Did he run out of fuel? I think he did run out of fuel. But he took a can? The hell? I don't know. But that is your... He qualified pretty well, so he was hoping for a good race. He is... Oh, never mind. I thought he just ran out of fuel. Because I see no fuel for Gunn, because he retired already, but... Is he going to make it to pit road? No, he's not. So, hopefully we get a caution from that, so they can all pit together. Oh, they got to get around So Retro, though, in the 08. And they do that with relative ease. And now Cole has caught up to both McQueen and Eggdog, and so has 13 of Fear. So these guys are all running together, running in a little train to catch up with our leaders. Wait, yellow flag is out. It is for Melee Fox, so I guess the apron does not count for that little boundary. And this is exactly what those guys needed way in the back to get back up to the field. So Bloodclot is going to lead them back to the green. Actually, no, Peckreen's going to lead them back to the yellow flag. So our fourth caution of the day for the stalled cube of the 92. Who, I don't even know what happened to him. But he's on pit road now. Oh, they all got to slow down to get behind the pace car. They really overshot it there. Oh, yeah, he's still going. 3 miles per hour. 2 miles per hour. Just stop already, man. I think he is out of fuel. That's so weird. Let's see if it... Oh, now he's reversing? Oh, no, don't go back up the track. Okay, there we go. So if he retires with no fuel, that does confirm that they do run out of fuel at this track. But yeah, a bunch of playoff drivers. Let's see where our playoff drivers are at right now. Currently, the last of our running lead lap playoff drivers is Omori Sr., then Raccoon, then Hubris, then Doge Cube running 30th, Hee Ha running 29th, a lap down. Then Trolling, then Sanic, then Eggdog, then Squidward, who is 27th. And then Bob the Builder, our highest running playoff driver, in 3rd. He has won 3 races this year, but none in a super speedway, so a win here today would add on to the resume of tracks he's won at. Because he's won at a short track, he's won at an intermediate, he's won at a big intermediate. Like Texas, he won at Texas World, he won at New Hampshire. I don't remember what other track he won at. But if he wins here today, he could make it 4 races this season. But yeah, they're absolutely all going to pit here. Oh, you can see the 18 already merging. They're pretty much all going to pit, even though they were on a different bit of fuel cycle. But I believe if they pit now, they can make it to the end. Because once they go green, they'll have like 17 laps of fuel left. So I do not believe we'll be having a fuel mileage finish here. Famous last words as Melee Fox still on pit road. Bob the Builder slows down a lot of the leaders because he's one of the first to pit. And since everyone's coming down, it's going to be a log jam as Sheepmobile almost gets turned on pit road. Cole's taking tires. Interesting. Or maybe he's fixing damage. No, he took 2 tires. Interesting. He's going to come out right beside Sheepmobile. Almost gets contact with Red Star Retro in the 08. But Sheepmobile's got a pit stall way up front, so he's got a little while to go. And, oh, I think McQueen barely beat the 11 off of pit road. We're going to have to take a look and see who won the race off pit road. It's going to be close. Oh, I think it was the 95. He did barely get it. Or maybe he did. I'm not sure. We'll have to see if McQueen passes the 11 or not, but I believe he did actually beat the 11 off of pit road. Unless the zone the game decides for is further up, but maybe it was the 11. He is slowing down, so I think he will be letting the 95 by. And Bob the Builder stayed out. And so did Packmobile and Jinx. So if the race goes green to the end, I believe those 3 will not be able to make it on fuel. So interesting play from our top 3 and Squidward, but I didn't actually see these 3 stay out. But the leader of the after pit road was the 11. Then McQueen came out 2nd. Peckreen came out 3rd. Sheepmobile came out 4th, even though he's a lap down. Cole came out 4th. BV came out 5th. 6th was Eggdog. 7th, Meloetta. 8th, Omori Jr. 9th, Fear. And 10th is Chow. I guess and Daisy lost a few spots. Raccoon actually could be competitive once again. if he manages to stay in the draft this time, but considering he has a little damage, I don't think it's going to be very easy for him to do that. Lights are off on the pace car. We will be going back to green this time by. The question is, can they make it to the end of the race without having any problems? With 18 or 17 laps to go, and now here comes Squidward and Bob the Builder down pit road. Packmobile, however, staying out for now. So an interesting play by the 97. He's going to try and lead a lap for the first time today. And for the first time in a while, actually. Ooh, so Retro in the 08. Slowing down Beefy a little bit once the green flag came out. Let's see if any other stragglers are slowing down already. Looks like Hubris is slowing down a little bit. Now. Oh, maybe it's the 5 that's slowing down. Oh, they are already. Oh my god, what a run from the 19. But she's going to get blocked by the 08. Oh, she's going to get super blocked by the 08. She's got to wait for Raccoon to go away. And now she finally gets around him. But that's a lot of track position lost for the 19 of August there. But the 11 led them to green. Now Packmobile on the older tires is now starting to fall through the field pretty quickly. As now Lightning McQueen trying to go for the lead. The last time he led was at, I believe it was at Montreal. Way back at race 14. This is race 31 for reference. So it has been a good while since he has led a lap. But Pickering is going to try and make that not happen. McQueen has not led a single lap this race, but if he wins here today, that would be a very, very big upset, because I believe he is currently dead last in points. Well, maybe not anymore after his top 10 last week, but who knows. And then Raccoon still fairly competitive, even though Among Us in the 53 isn't the fastest cube in the world, as he is holding up Daisy right now. If Daisy gets around him and drafts with the rest of the grid, then she could get back up there and be competitive. But Raccoon looks to be fairly competitive as well. Oh yeah, they are... well, they're not much slower, but Daisy's definitely faster than the 53, and she gets around him no problems. But she's going to have to put a lot of work in to get back up to the lead pack. But the problem is now that there's a few lap cubes sprinkled in, like Sheepmobile, Dumbcat, because we've got another alert. It's the 10 of Squidward on pit road. He finally gets off of pit road. Oh, and he's out with a tire issue. Another tire retirement for the 10. You are allowed to hit me with a bat for that pun. Chow and the 96 are pole sitter, looking to make a move. But all we know is that Packmobile and Jinx, who did not pit when Bob the Builder did, cannot make it on fuel. I believe Miku's also a lap down as well. No, she's on the lead lap. And Bob the Builder is out with no fuel. So he has no more fuel left to fill up the car, and he is done for the day. That's going to take a huge hit in his playoffs chances, as he should have taken fuel once he came down pit road, or should have stopped when he came down pit road earlier. And I'm sure Packmobile and Jinx may meet the same fate if they do have to pit later on in this race. Even the 66 trying to lead once again. Amori Jr., who has, I don't think, ever been in a winning scenario in any of these races. Now potentially in contention to win. Packmobile now up to speed once again. Looks like Daisy has officially lost the draft. Now Igus actually ahead of Daisy. These two, actually these four, how fast are they compared to the rest of the pack? Well, Igus is pretty fast, but Daisy is not much faster. Actually, probably because she was battling with the 19, but these guys all running together, running 1 minute 20s, 1 minute 22s. They are way faster than the rest of this field. But Pickering is bad in the dirty, in the clean air, and here comes Meloetta. Another aggressive move by the 70 on the outside, or the inside actually. And Miku in the 72 could be another good. Well, is she a lap down? No, she's not. She was 12th at the start of the last lap, but now she's going to make her way to the top 5. Like I said, another good upset winner. Or another potential upset winner here today. Yes, she is in 5th now. And now let's look at this pack and see how many of this pack has not won a race. Milliwetta, McQueen, Pecorine, Dumbcat. Well, he's allowed down. Cole has not won a race. Neither has Chow, or Bloodclot, or Maurice Jr., or Jinx. Actually, Jinx might not make it on fuel. Or Packmobile. None of those cubes have won a race this season, so they could be their day here at this crazy super speedway. Currently, the cube that has led the most laps here today is the 70 of Milliwetta. Has led 7 of the 34 laps here today. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different leaders in this race. And McQueen's looking to be the 15th. He's got a great draft behind the 70. He's going to try and make the move out of turn 4. He will. Oh, Melee Fox, slow cube right ahead of them. Wait. Oh, I thought he retired, but no. I guess he didn't retire. Donkey Kong's on pit road as well. He might also be out of fuel. No, he's out with accident damage? No, Sanic is out with accident damage. Oh, dear. Weird. When did he get accident damage? That's going to also take a hit into his playoff chances. I believe he was also below the cut line before this race started, so he's going to have to dig himself out of a hole at the Charlotte Roval. McQueen had a 48-second pit stop. Or not McQueen. Donkey Kong had a 48-second pit stop. And he is going to make it out. Here comes Melee Fox on the inside, but he's a lap down, so it doesn't matter. Milliwetta has a bit of an edge ahead of Cole here across the start-finish line. The 70 is going to lead the lap. Cole second, McQueen third, Jinx in 4th. And now Donkey Kong is the most amount of laps down from cubes that have been in this race. He is 6 laps down compared to Melee Fox, who is 4. So we'll have no chance to get any more positions unless we have another wreck or something like that. Jinx in the 42. One of the few cubes that's looking to win here today, but Cole doing a pretty good job defending up front, but now he's no longer clear of that 42, and now Jinx is going to make a run for the lead. Oh, here comes DK. They got to split the middle to get around him. Eggdog gets slowed up quite a bit right in front of the 66, almost gets turned. Oh, they really got to slow down here. That's going to allow the 19, the 44, all them to catch up to this pack. Maybe even get around them and get a huge advantage going into the front straight away. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong about that. They are pretty far back. But more and more of them have broken up from the lead pack, although Sheepmobile was one of them, and he was a couple laps down. But Fear and Beavy, a couple of those guys that were on the lead lap. You get that low quality banner on that bridge. Really shows how old this track is. I forget what year this track was made in, but I think it was in the 2000s. That's how long this modding scene for this game is. And I have a Talladega track that was made in 2004. So some of that shit is ancient. Kind of weird that both me and this game turned 20 years old this year. Happy birthday in our 2003, 20 years old. Very relevant video. But as we're coming down to 10 laps to go. Oh, is the caution out? It is. Oh, Daisy must have gotten involved in a crash. She is blown up, or she's got terminal engine damage. And the caution is out again for the 5th time. Let's see what happened to the 44. Did she get turned? Or did she? Oh, she did get turned. Oh my god, she hit the inside wall. Wait, so Donkey Kong slowed up in front of the 53. 53 comes out and hits Daisy, and oh no, we're about to have an Elliott Sadler. Bam. Right back in front of the 53. And the day is done for the 44. We almost had an Elliott Sadler moment here. That would have been nightmarish. The caution's out again, and that means the pack is going to bunch up once more and potentially come down pit road. And let's see. Oh, I think Jinx is... No, I thought he was out of fuel. But Meloetta was the leader across the line. Now things get interesting once again, as Daisy has been involved in a crash in the past 2 races. So another bad race for her. As she was definitely one of the ones that could have gone up and won today, but lost the draft and got involved in a crash with a lap car, so unfortunate for her. But I believe when we go back to green, it'll be 8 laps to go, 8 or 7, so we will have a shootout to the finish here at Piggzcreek. And potentially we could set up for a photo finish. I would really like that, but who knows. Right now, your current top 10 is Meloetta, then Jinx, then McQueen, then Cole, Bloodclot, Pecorine, Chow, Miku, Trolling, and Eggdog. And watch out for Fear, BV, Packmobile. Actually, Packmobile, if he can actually stay pit under this caution with the rest of our leaders, he could potentially be able to win if he stays in this lead pack. Because he'll have the same amount of tires, but does anyone come down pit road? No. No takers on pit road towards the end of this race. I mean, they know they can make it on fuel, but we're not sure about the 97. Even though he actually has one more pit stop in the rest of this field, so he may actually be good on fuel to the end, but we'll have to wait and see. But now this caution will allow goes like a Maury Jr., Raccoon, Igus, Racelin, and all them to get back up the field. That's 34 of Imposter, but these guys behind them are slowed down from crash damage. I'm not sure if all these guys can be competitive. I mean, maybe the 19 will, but she was slowed down at the start by the lap cars, so got a long way to go. We will be going back to green next time by with 8 laps to go here at Piggzcreek. And officially, Daisy and Among Us both have retired from the race with an engine and a crash damage retirement, respectively. And I believe Donkey Kong is also out of the race with crash damage. Don't know how he got, only he was involved in that wreck, so it makes sense. But that brings our total retirement count to 12. Honestly, I'm shocked we haven't had a big one in this race. Knock on wood, as the monkey's paw curls. But yeah, if you want context to what I meant by an Elliott Sadler moment, just look up the Elliott Sadler crash from 2010. You'll have a good idea of what happened there. It was a very similar incident to what happened with Daisy. But at least we got that on camera. Because that wreck was never found on camera. But I'd say the top 12 are... Yeah, maybe the top... All the way up to Igus, I believe. Maybe even Raccoon, if Raccoon isn't that much of damage. I believe those guys are all contenders to win this race. Although Raccoon was pretty slow on that last restart, so I'm doubtful about him. But he could still get a good top 15 here today if he manages to stay ahead of everyone else. But how many cubes in the top 10 have not won a race? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or 9, 10. All of them except for Eggdog have not won a race. Even Trolling, who's in the playoffs, has not won a single race this season. So we could potentially have a first-time winner on our hands. Actually, Lightning McQueen isn't even a first-time winner. And neither is Jinx, because Jinx actually won at this track in the original Season 2 to get into the playoffs when it was the cutoff race of the regular season. So he knows how to win at this track. So it's all coming down to these last 8 laps here at Piggzcreek. As we go back to green once again. Jinx already, like I said, taking a commanding lead. Here comes the 95 with a huge run out of turn 2. He's going way down the bottom, and here comes Cole in the 28 trying to make some moves as well. Oh, and the 11 of Blood Clot trying to get in line with Cole and forces him up the middle lane. Here comes the 11 on the bottom trying to make some moves. And Miku in the 72 as well. That inside line's got a lot of momentum. You've got Igus and BV and Eggdog back there. There's Fear, Packmobile. It looks like Raccoon is falling off quite a bit, so I don't think he'll be a contender to win. But he's definitely going to be a contender for a top 15 or a top 20 towards the end of this one, for sure. There's the 19 making some power moves on the bottom lane. They're going 4 wide right here in turn 3 and 4. Very close between Eggdog and Miku there. They're going to get really dicey before the end of this one. But it looks like McQueen will finally lead a lap in this race. Get those 5 bonus points. And now, Blood Clot with the help of Igus and Eggdog on the bottom lane. Remember, the 19 and the 20 have both won races this season, as has the 66 of BV. Oh, wow, they're getting really, really fanned out now. We might have another wreck, actually, if they start getting crazy. Oh, they're going 5 wide again back here. Where they did for a second as Pecorine has left that little bunch. And now Packmobile is going to be on the inside. If they don't wreck before the end of this race, we could have a very close finish on our hands. I guess now goes to the lead, followed by Eggdog, but she's going to slide out the track a little bit, and that's going to allow the 20 to go on the bottom and take that spot away, potentially. And I'm not entirely sure if Packmobile in the 97 can make it on field, but if he wins today, that would be a huge upset as well, because he's also not won a race. You've got a lot of user-submitted cubes in this group. Not a lot of field fillers, as most of them have had issues. In fact, the only user-submitted cube that's out of this race is Dragalia Lost and Daisy. Those are the only 2 user-submitted cubes that are out of the race so far. And the only one that's out of contention, or the only ones that are out of contention are Shadow and the Racer. But now Igus will lead her first lap of the day. And that increases our lap leader count to, I think, 17? Oh boy, they're too deep, 4 wide right there. This is getting very dicey as Jinx and Miku make a little contact on the back straightaway. They're still making contact. Turn 3 is, oh my god, almost wrecked the 42. Had a little wiggle going into turn 3. And now BB to the bottom, help from Eggdog. Cole and Fear stuck on the top lane. Let's see if they can make any moves towards the end of this one. As now Igus gets forced up to the top, and so does the 11. Egg Dog on the bottom lane. Can he make it to the end and win and get into the next round? That'd be huge for him. BV leads that lap by a fender over the 11. Now Chow could potentially be in the mix in the 96. And Cole still trying to make his way up front, trying to find a time to get to the bottom lane. He's making that middle line work, but he's going to have to find an opportunity to get down there. His Packmobile now is advancing up the field in that 97. Dumbcat technically the leader, but not really. Chow in the 96 trying to take the lead away, I believe also for the first time today. Yes, he's not led a lap in this race so far. Here comes Packmobile. And trolling in the 33, who needs to win again. Oh, BB and Sheepmobile almost wrecked themselves in turn 3, which probably would have collected a couple of others, but oh my god, they are getting crazy in these last few laps. They're still making a little contact. They're beating and banging in turn 4. I do not like these two running together at all. Cole now in the bottom lane. He's been so good up front in this race. He knows how to lead these laps. He just needs to get to the bottom lane and try and actually lead one. But Chow is going to lead a lap for the first time tonight. With 4 laps to go, I believe. Actually, technically it's 5. McQueen now in the hot seat to get back up front. He's way on the bottom lane as the 18 and 66 make some contact on the back straightaway. Over the first bridge. How long is Chow going to be able to hold off his lead? Now Sheepmobile to the bottom as well to try and get around trolling. Could Packmobile potentially stretch his fuel to the end and win the race? Either way, there's a very, very good chance we will be guaranteed a first-time winner here. But those like Omori Jr. and Cole need to really find an opportunity to try and get up front and battle for it. Oh, wow. I guess gets forced up the track there by BV. Gets stuck on the outside lane, almost hits the wall. Blood Clot leads that lap in the 11. Chow and Packmobile now on the bottom, and here comes Trolling in the 33. As well as Sheepmobile and Lightning McQueen. And I guess gets forced up the middle lane, drifts farther and farther back. Are they catching any lap traffic at this point? No, they have a long way to go until they catch some lap traffic, I believe. Chow's been very defensive all race. And here comes Cole on the bottom, one of the fastest cubes all race. Trying to make his way up front and trying to win here at Piggzcreek. Or is his teammate out of the race after being involved in a crash. And here comes Omori Jr. as well, but now Cole's going to get forced back up to the middle line. Ooh, that's not good for him. As he can get to the bottom now, and there he goes. The 28 now in the bottom lane, now in the hot seat to try and take the lead away from the 96. Three to go, this time by. 12 miles left. And they still have a pretty good chance of wrecking. And if they do, we might finish this race under yellow because there are no green-white checkers in this game. At this rate, if the caution flag comes out, the race would be over. Oh, Trolling and Egg Dog make a little contact. He sends the 20 up the track, and as Cole takes the lead once again, ahead of McQueen. But he doesn't want to be in the lead this late. Oh, 5 wide right there. Packmobile and Beebe made a little bit of contact, but they managed to make it out of there perfectly fine. Now Jinx and Piggzcreek beating and banging on the doors of each other. And McQueen trying to take the lead away. Beebe and Packmobile. And now Chow goes way down the bottom. Now Cole's stuck on the outside lane. He's going to have to get to the bottom as soon as possible. And he's going to do it here. He's clear of Packmobile. And now he could have another shot to get back up front. Now Miku comes down pit road. I believe she is out of fuel. So if we have a fuel mileage finish, it could be very close. How many stops does Miku have? She has 3. And Cole, I believe, is also on 3 pit stops. But Bloodclot is on 4. McQueen is on 4. And Meloetta is also on 4 pit stops, so... yeah, she's taking a splash of fuel, so I believe she's just trying to make it to the end now, but tough break for Miku. And now here comes Igus in the 19 for the lead. With help from Meloetta as they go 4 wide for 3rd or 4th. Packmobile and Cole make a little contact. He's getting squeezed in the middle line. Very, very close quarters racing right here with 2 to go. Or 2.5 to go, really. Cole and Packmobile still making contact. Almost gets turned. And here comes Packmobile trying to go for the lead in the 97. Igus gets forced up the track, and now Meloetta back out front again. Is she going to be able to choke away a win once again like she did at Dover? Will she be able to take it away as Cole slides at the track, and I believe if he gets up to the outside, he may be out of contention for the win here. But about Packmobile comes down pit road. He's out of fuel, so is Jinx, and so is Piggzcreek as well. No, it's Amori Jr. White flag this time by. The next flag ends the race. As Packmobile's chances to win are over, but now Cole and Igus trying to potentially take the win away. And McQueen on the bottom lane. Can he do anything to try and win? But Meloetta's got a pretty good stranglehold on the lead here, as she has led the most laps this race, I believe. Igus right in her rear bumper. And now she's going to go for the lead. The 19 has been terrible at staying in the clean air. Let's see if she can try and win here at Piggzcreek. Cole still has some great momentum on the outside lane with help from McQueen. If he can get out ahead of the 95, he can have a chance to win. And now Cole's going to the bottom lane. Maybe not, but he is clear of the 95. He's got a draft from behind the 70. And here comes McQueen trying to go for the lead. And Piggzcreek in the 18. Can she do anything in this last lap? McQueen is now out front, ahead of the 19, ahead of the 7, and now the 18 of Piggzcreek. Can she win this race? And McQueen has to pit. He comes down pit road, and here comes the 18. It's going to be between the 18 and the 7 coming to the line. Who's it going to be to win this race? I believe it's going to be the 70 of Meloetta that wins it at Piggzcreek. The most dominant car in the pack all day barely gets the win ahead of 18 as McQueen has the pit at the last second. I believe they're wrecking behind them. I'm not exactly sure. I did hear a little bit of damage as McQueen comes out, finishes 10th. What a finish to this race as they're starting to run out of fuel. And Meloetta has won in the Cubecar Cup Series for the first time. Piggzcreek gets 2nd, Cole gets 3rd, Igus 4th, Bloodclot 5th, BV 6th, Chow 7th, and the best finishing playoff driver is the 33 of Trolling, then Fear, then McQueen, who gets 10th. And that is your race. What a finish to this one. I'll be posting the results pretty soon. We just gotta wait for everyone to get across the line. This group right here is the last few that have to actually cross the finish line to declare this race official. Shadow will end up finishing 25th. And a victory for Piggzcreek came so close yet so far, but another user-submitted cube is going to win here today at Piggzcreek. So the session is now complete. I'm actually going to re-export that. Was that race 31? Yes, it was. No victory screen there because I don't think it's programmed for this track. But next race on Saturday night will be the elimination race from the Charlotte Roval. But thank you all for tuning in here today. We'll be back on Saturday night, like I said. Thank you for watching, and good night.